It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Café is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Café and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Café. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy
Welcome to the midday show. Yes, we're a little late because we're a little tired.
We're right on time. There's so many things to catch up on.
Elbow.
I did that to my knee this morning, my makeup table. I was like, oh.
I hit my elbow.
The pain was so bad.
It hurts a lot. This, by the way, this show is brought to you by our good friends at Coriander. Meet us there on Friday and enjoy not one show, but two shows.
We're going to be doing Center Stage as well as the Brooklyn Café Show live at Coriander.
That's right. And I hear that Michelle Chin cannot be with us on Friday. So we're going to play a little game. So if you show up, we're going to play a little game where there's going to be a bit. So maybe Sally will be there. It'll be somebody taken out of the studio audience and put into the position.
For Center Stage?
Yeah.
Okay.
It should be a lot of fun. So join us this Friday. Action starts at 11:30.
Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday to you, to everyone in between.
Happy Monday.
All the good stuff.
Happy Nana Day.
Happy Nana Day. I know. I can't even believe I'm getting reports from the pediatrician visits and all those things. Takes me back. When was the last time I haven't changed a diaper in 28 years.
I changed Freddie's diaper when he was a day old, whatever the hell he was, and I didn't know how to do it. So I called my mom and says, Mom, this contraption, what do I do? And she explained it to me. And I took the pamper off, but she didn't tell me that this little thing can squirt a mile.
Yes.
And I had a golden shower. I'm like, not for nothing, kid. So they tell me go like this, play the peekaboo thing, and he laughs. What's wrong with this kid?
He's a boy.
I know, girls don't do that, right?
They do, but they don't. It kind of just doesn't squirt in your face.
Yeah, I didn't have a girl.
But I had to teach Aaron yesterday was how you clean a girl baby.
Oh.
You can't go back to front. It's always front to back. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Lesson number one, you always go front to back on a little girl. Yes.
So many instructions for women. They say, there's an old saying that if you go back to front, that's why women come out a little cocky.
But it's a whole lot of fun.
Well, congratulations to both of you, actually.
Thank you.
You for your great, I nearly said someone put great-granddaughter. It's your granddaughter.
It could be your great-granddaughter.
It could be, yeah. Oh, that's maybe why I
maybe
said
that's
that.
What it is. They're telling you it's your great-granddaughter.
You were my daughter in another lifetime.
100%.
Okay, let's cut this out.
So does that count? Like if you were connected in another life, I will save it for your show and ask.
Yeah, we'll do that for my show.
No, because everybody's connected. There's no difference.
No, we don't go back that.
Honey, if you go back to the beginning of time, we are all connected one way or the other.
Yeah, but relatives, not necessarily. I mean,
there were two people. It started this way. No? There was multiple people at one time?
There was much more. We can talk on my show about that.
Multiple people showed up at the same time?
Yeah.
Two people showed up, and then the rest of them happened.
Created.
Adam and Evie.
Oh, well.
But you know what you told me, that men are jealous that women can have children. I'm not so sure about the jealousy side of it.
What do you want to call it?
But I saw a whole nother side of it, a whole different perspective from the opposite side. I gave Aaron the gift I bought at the foundation fundraiser, the Lin-Manuel Miranda sign piece.
He must have loved that.
He loved it. He was like in awe. So I wanted to celebrate his birthday before Isla was born. So we gave it to him early in the day. He loved it. And the room where it happened, so we actually got to watch. But a whole different perspective when you're not the one giving birth, to see what the female body is capable of doing.
You get to watch it.
The miracle of birth, to look at her fingers, her fingernails, her toes, like every piece of her anatomy that is so beautifully perfect, and how she's formed, because guys do what they do, and then God forms this beautiful human being, and it's pretty incredible.
And it's a whole lot of fun watching the birth, right? And of course, Aaron must have told his wife the famous words every man tells his wife when they're going through birth. Honey, you ain't never got to do this again.
Correct, he did.
I said this to my wives, to Michelle, I said it to her many a time when we were doing this whole thing. I feel so bad for you, don't have to do this again. And she kept saying, oh no, I want to.
And she left yesterday saying, no, this is the best experience ever. I want to do it again. And I thought, wow, she's literally 3 days old and 2 days old, and here we go again.
And
but it's pretty remarkable.
Now you got to see the birth, right?
Yeah.
So when they clean her up, now I can't say that back in the day when Gio was born, not Freddie. Freddie they took away because he has issues. But he had issues. He couldn't breathe. I don't know what the hell was going on. But with Gio, they clean him up, they give him to me, and they put me in this room. It's called the dad's room. And it was all lit up with these special lights for his skin. And it's just me and him for 3 minutes. And there's a clock like that. And it's going down. And I got to tell you something. This wrinkle mess that I had was barely cleaned up, you know, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Did they do that for Aaron?
No, everything was done in her labor room. It was labor and delivery in the same room. They turn on the lights and everything. It's like showtime.
And when it was finished, what did they do with the baby?
When it was finished, no, because now you have the option to save the umbilical cord and the blood. So they blood bank the cord and the cord blood. Heaven forbid the baby needs an identical match of stem cells or blood. You're able to bank it.
How long?
So it has to be done for the first, you have 30 seconds to a minute to get the umbilical cord and the blood contained, cut, and then they send it out to this cord bank.
Wow.
And I don't even know what the fee is, but you know your child has an identical match. Heaven forbid they ever need that match.
And how long does the stuff material last?
It gets frozen. I guess like any type of embryo or anything, it goes, I'm thinking, to like a cryo tank, and it's there should you ever need it.
That's amazing.
It's pretty amazing. So everything has to be timed like to 30 seconds to a minute. They have to wait to cut the umbilical cord at the right time. So you have just enough blood that stays in the cord and doesn't leave the cord. It's like this whole science to it. It's remarkable what they do.
And when the baby's born, they gave it to the mom, or did the dad get the child?
They gave it right to Ashley. Aaron didn't get the baby for, I don't even know when Aaron finally got to hold the baby.
See,
it had been a while.
But this is what I'm saying. It's so different. They gave him, Gio, to me first, and then when I was Miss Santori, okay, and I had to deliver the baby to the mom, and then it stays with the mom forever. But it's called a matching moment. And I didn't have that with Freddie. I had it with Gio. And I got to tell you, it changes the perspective of your child when it's born. Not that there was anything wrong with Freddie. Freddie, we couldn't get him out. They were going to open Michelle up and do C-section. The whole room converted into a C-section room. So it goes from a regular, like you had, and the panels change, and the bed changes, and everything changes, and they're putting clothes on me, ready to go to C-section. And this doctor got Freddie with the forceps, is that what it's called? And Freddie still has the marks, and they pulled them out, and that was that. And I got to tell you something. I told Michelle, you don't have to have another child again. I was in such pain. I had labor pains for a month.
It was just fascinating and interesting. But no, I'm thinking about it. They delivered, and then the baby gets cleaned up, and then it gets weighed, and they do the APGARs, and they do all these things. As soon as she came out, she was crying.
She was still crying? See, Freddie didn't cry. That's what they were worried about.
As soon as she came out, she cried. I think I'll show you the video. Like you could see them weighing her, and she's crying, and perfectly perfect.
Gio didn't cry.
No,
he cried a little bit. Wow.
Pretty amazing. And then
how did you feel when you saw all of this?
Oh my gosh, it was so unbelievable. It's like you see in the movies or sex ed, like you actually see it, and you like can't believe you're actually seeing.
You see the afterbirth? Did you see all that stuff come down?
Yeah, it was fine.
You see me? I didn't know what the hell that was. I said, what is that? What is that? It was a whole bunch of stuff that comes out.
Yeah, it's a bunch of stuff, but I've never
seen a baby born.
I've never seen, I never realized, I don't want to gross anyone out, but the amount that gets delivered from the mom after the baby comes. It's a lot of work for the doctor, the GYN, because the nurses take the baby and they do all their magic, but then the doctor has to sit with the mom and really deliver everything carefully.
Get everything out.
And there's a lot to deliver, and then the nurse showed us what everything was, and it's like unbelievable that this baby fit in this sac. That's no longer a sac. It's so cool.
And Freddie, when he was born, they took the umbilical cord in their hands, the doctor. Not the umbilical cord, the sac. And they look, and they found a hole in the sac. And he says, this is the concern. And then they put it in a bag, they tie it all up, it gets whisked away, and they took Freddie, and they whisked him away. And I said, where's my son? We have some tests we have to do, Mr. Santori. So here I am, my heart is going like this, and Michelle's like, what happened? Because Freddie wasn't breathing. The umbilical cord got around his neck. He wasn't breathing, and the blood pressure went his, and his. And I'm gonna tell you, for like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes there, my heart was in my shoes. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
It's truly the miracle of life. And then you realize before formula days, the mom creates a life, gives this baby life and birth, and then can feed it and nourish it. And really all they need is a mother and child for however long this baby can do this. It's remarkable. Things that you never think about, but it's incredible.
It's fun,
it's even more incredible
agonizing.
when you're not the one nursing. It's amazing to watch other people do it, but it's not you.
It's a lot of stuff. It's
Yes.
it's a lot of emotion that goes on there. The first one that you saw, and when she has the other one, or your daughter has one, you're a whole different person. Totally. All of this
Chelsea has
today,
a baby on November 14th.
forget
I don't know.
about
I think I might just.
You'll faint.
I'll faint.
You'll faint. But it's a different type of bond that you have with your kids when you go through that. You see your grandchildren being born, and in this case, it was you seeing her with your son being there. It's just a different animal.
It was truly a gift. Even there said, you want your mother-in-law in the room with you? And she said, yeah, these are both like my moms. They're equally grandmas, which was a huge gift. And I'm tremendously grateful that Ashley allowed me to be in the room.
Yeah, because I never saw any of my grandkids born. It's a different animal.
Grandfather should not be in the room.
Oh, you could be in there with a camera.
No, grandfather should definitely not be in the room for delivery.
Why? It's
Because
a natural state of mind.
If you go biblically back, it was the red tent, and it was the women coming around. There were no dads there.
This
Abraham
is
was not in the tent when Sarah gave
Them out
birth.
of the room years
Right?
ago, yeah.
Abraham was not in there when
It's
Sarah
funny.
was 127 giving birth.
I asked my mother-in-law, may she rest in peace, if she wanted to go into the room instead of me for Freddie. And she was headed that way. And Michelle said, him, the one that did this to me, get in there. And I had to go in there. And Michelle's mother didn't go. It was me. But so what? If Valerie or Sabrina had said, no, I want that, which would never happen, I know that. But if they had said it to me, absolutely.
Chuck's like, I could have been on the other side of the curtain. I said, absolutely not.
can't.
There was no place for a grandfather to be in that room.
That's
No
not
whatsoever.
true. This is why we hate you people.
Why?
Because we don't get to experience any of that. You should give us a little more experience. Maybe we'll be different.
You got to see your children, which was appropriate.
Was Chuck there with you when you gave birth to your
Of course.
kids? Okay, so that's all we had.
2 and done. He's good. That's
There's
done.
no grandkids.
No,
grandkids.
no.
No, I don't think so either.
But truly incredible, and I have to thank our crew because we were both out. You were out planned. I was out unexpectedly, and I don't know what they did on Friday, but
They
did
hooked
what
up
they
Studio
did. What
B
they
is
did.
what
The
they
lights
did.
look great. The studio's still standing, which is beautiful.
Back to the subject. When my daughter had her baby, well, it was Tyler, it wasn't Sydney, and they invited me into the room, and my daughter said, no, she'll never come in here. I'm not even going to ask her to. So.
Your daughter said that about you?
Well, she knew I would say no.
Why?
Because I don't like anything like that.
You don't like queasy?
I don't like, I don't know. I mean, today probably.
You don't know why?
Because I don't like seeing blood.
You gave birth to your daughter. What you do? You dropped her in your head? What you do?
I actually was put to sleep.
What?
They can put you to the doctor I went to at the very last. You still go through everything, but I didn't see my daughter. In fact, someone came in the room.
What do you mean they put you to sleep? How can they do that?
No,
You had a
because they
C-section?
can. No,
Back in the day, I
no,
think they put
back
you
in
to
the day
sleep.
They did. I
So
chose a
how they get
doctor
the
that
kid
went-
out? They squish you like toothpaste?
Forceps. But
Wow.
Gary came fast, so
Forceps.
I didn't have that. But I did have that with my
Was
daughter.
this in England?
Mhm.
That's why back then the medicine is a guy with a
Well,
he had
if
a
I was
bone in
given
his
the
nose.
option that they could be put, go to sleep or have baby awake, I chose
I
go
never
to
heard
sleep.
of that.
Yeah, they may
in
not
my
do it
life.
today. They bring them out with forceps. With Gary, I didn't. My son. I did that.
Forceps. You know how much damage?
know,
Oh my
I
God.
know.
Are your kids?
I was 19 years old or just 20. I
Oh, is
don't
that
know.
what
I
it
didn't-
Did you have forceps? They pull you out? Oh.
Were you a forceps baby?
I don't think they do that anymore.
They probably don't, but I didn't know anything. I didn't even know how to bathe her.
Yeah,
And they
that's,
had the vacuum at one point where they suction. They didn't do that.
All
They
right,
don't
stop.
even do.
Oh,
I
they
never
have
heard of that either.
Gas and air, right?
They don't even do. At least this doctor in hospital, the incision to make the baby come out easier.
They don't cut?
The episiotomy. They don't do that anymore either.
Really?
Guys,
That's
you
painful
probably
though.
lost your audience at this point.
Sorry,
No, hold
100% honest. they don't do that.
No, they didn't do it because the baby was only 6 pounds. If you
No,
have,
I asked. They told me they don't do it
yeah,
anymore.
right. You try to send an 18-pounder through there, and
If
I'm
you had
gonna
an
tell you,
18-pounder,
they're gonna
if you
cut.
had an 18-pounder, you
They're
got a
gonna cut
problem.
a lot.
No, I don't even think so.
Maybe
10
it was 18
pounder.
pounds of television people will be there.
A 10-pounder. What it is depends on the woman. If the woman is small, they're gonna have to do it. Otherwise, it tears,
They
and that's
tell me
worse.
they don't. It's just so interesting what they do
So
now.
what do they do? They put a little ointment or something? Come on now. They gotta do something. I don't believe that. I want to talk to the doctor.
They do something.
Give me his number. I want to
to
call him. It says, yo, let me ask you something.
Anyway, it's nice to be back. Good to be back.
Yes?
It's good to be on the grandma side and not the new mom side because, man, I got to tell you, I was tired yesterday and I didn't do anything.
It's funny, you said a story that you went to the bathroom when you came back, she had this big pain, right? When Michelle was going through this with Freddie, which was like 24 hours of labor, she sent me out to go get something to eat, and I found this real hole, joint, this hole in the wall. When I got back, the look on her face of terror, she says, don't ever leave again. It was this terror.
Well, that's
and
what
she
happened
was
with
in
Aaron.
pain. Yeah, that's
He
just
went to the
story.
bathroom.
Yeah.
And the joke was he was always in the bathroom when the doctor would come in. I think the doctor found said, is there really a father? Because how can he always be in the bathroom or going to get you coffee? So literally he was in the bathroom. The doctor comes in and she's got this huge labor pain. And next thing you know, I guess her water broke. You didn't see it then, but then it did later. She said the pain was so bad. But again, he was out and there you go.
That's what happens, and when you come back.
What,
the
did
look
dads
of
get
terror.
that nervous? I think he was really
I
nervous.
was hungry. I was there for 12 hours.
Or that.
And we were walking the hospital. Back in the day, they used to make you walk all over the place. I mean, we must have done 6 miles, 7 miles of walking to get the baby wouldn't drop. Freddie wouldn't drop.
And I remember looking over when she was in horrible pain and Chuck is eating a sandwich. And I'm like, can you go get the nurse? Because she's in really bad pain and she needs an epidural. He looks up mid-bite and he's like, in a minute. I'm like, no, like now.
She needed an epidural. That
Yeah.
has to be administered by the doctor.
But we had to tell the nurse she was
specialist.
in horrible pain. And he's mid-bite on this sub.
They gave her an epidural?
And I'm thinking, are you kidding me? And then yesterday, like father like son, I look over and Ashley needed something really badly and Aaron mid-bite into a sub as he's eating and she's trying to feed the baby. He goes, in a minute. And I'm thinking, what is it with men and food? Who like is thinking about food at this time?
No, that's your man.
And they
That's
are.
your man. Because in our we're
You're
not
out
even
getting
allowed-
something to eat.
No, I went. It was 12 hours. She said to me, she says, "Have you eaten?" It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I said, "No, it's okay. No, go get something to eat. I'm okay." When I left, she was fine. When I got back, all hell was breaking loose. There were all sorts of people running in and out of this place.
I don't know. It's an amazing moment, and you realize you're a grandparent. When you're tired, you can go home and go into bed. But her mom's staying there, so her mom, God bless her, she's helping and doing all the things that she's doing.
I'm gonna tell you. And then they stole Michelle's mother's car, brand new BMW. She parked it by the side of the hospital. They stole that. So I'm walking around the hospital looking for this car. Nowhere to be found. I went home. I slept for 3 hours. I got up from the phone call that the car was stolen. Had to run to the hospital. I mean, I wore a Rangers jersey. Everybody thought I was a New York Ranger hockey player. So they gave me top notch until they found out I wasn't.
See, the Dolphins won yesterday?
No.
Dolphins won. Hurricanes won.
Who cares?
Dolphins won in Spain,
cares?
which is pretty cool.
Why?
Yeah, Steve missed it. He forgot about it.
It was kinda cool though, right?
He was. I didn't watch it.
It was
that was
fantastic.
not my fault though. But
Fantastic. And they beat the Washington Commanders. They had it all over the wedding.
I don't know.
that was in the evening or the morning. It was in the morning.
Started at 8:30 in the morning.
Oh, that's what he missed. He was really upset, I think.
Tell him to
Well,
go
he
to
wasn't
YouTube.
upset, but-
Go to YouTube and look at the highlights. You can see the game in
Well, he's on a
12
plane
minutes.
right now. So.
Interesting. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Sally Barnard, host of Call Me Zena, see what she's going to be talking about today, and all the coincidences in life. Too many to even put into words, I think.
That's true.
All right, more to come. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Café Show with Dawn and Freddy S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
Imagine this. A loved one, a son or a daughter, has just suffered from a life-threatening accident. They are transported to a state trauma hospital, and despite being in the care of professional physicians, they tragically pass away due to preventable medical errors. As if this was not tragic enough, then finding out that legal statutes in the state of Florida devalue your loved one's life to zero. This is what we are fighting against. Come join Edward Salazar as he discusses the issues surrounding free kill laws and how to resolve them. Catch The Fight Against Free Kill Laws with Ed Salazar on Monday, 5 p.m. on all social media. Learn who we are and join our cause today.
Do you remember the music of the 50s and 60s?
You better eat all your dinner, and you better be good in school, or you could end up
The
in a
songs
zoo.
that made you dance, laugh, and fall in love?
You know you could be better than a slimy fish.
The
that's
family,
all
the
wet,
food, the
gonna
fun,
get
and
caught,
the memories that
it's gonna
came
be
with that.
somebody's dinner.
Relive those golden days with Peter Tracy on PHT Live, where music and memories come alive. Like and subscribe today at PHT Live on YouTube and get entered to win a free t-shirt. Plus a chance to meet Peter live in studio. PHT Live with Peter Tracy, bringing back the good vibes.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
This Day in History is brought to you by Oldies Radio.
Queen Mary I, the monarch of England and Ireland since 1553, dies and is succeeded by her 25-year-old half-sister, Elizabeth. On November 17, 1968, the Oakland Raiders score 2 touchdowns in 9 seconds to beat the New York Jets, and no one sees it because they're watching the movie Heidi instead. With just 65 seconds left to play, NBC switched off the game in favor of its previously scheduled programming, a made-for-TV version of the children's story about a young girl and her grandfather in the Alps. Viewers were outraged, and they complained so vociferously that network execs learned a lesson they'll never forget. "Whatever you do," one said, "you better not leave an NFL football game." On November 17, 2003, the actor and former bodybuilder Arnold Schwarzenegger is sworn in as the 38th governor of California at the state capitol in Sacramento. Schwarzenegger, who became a major Hollywood star in the 1980s with such action movies as Conan the Barbarian and The Terminator, defeated Governor Gray Davis in a special recall election on October 7, 2003. Prior to Schwarzenegger, another famous actor, Ronald Reagan, served as the 33rd governor of California from 1967 to 1975, before going on to become the nation's 40th president in 1980.
This Day in History is brought to you by Oldies Radio.
And we're back.
All right, so this Friday we're going to be at Coriander Indian Cuisine. We're going to be hosting Brooklyn Café Show live at 12 o'clock. And before that, we've got Center Stage with Alicia and Frank, so they're going to be there. Come on out and have some fun with us. We also have some other things. We're going to be at Bramer's. We need to pick a day for that pop-up.
Yes, we need to go to Bramer's because there's a challenge as to who has the best pizza.
I was thinking, can we squeeze in a pop-up next Wednesday?
Sure.
It's the day before Thanksgiving, though.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Jay, and she says a lot of kids are not going to be here. So I think it's the best day to go on the road.
Okay. Who's not here? Do we know? Do you know?
I'm just thinking
Because it's the day before
I
Thanksgiving.
don't know if you've got Sarah, but see, maybe we...
I have Sarah still, yeah.
I was thinking if maybe we can. I don't know. We got to look at the schedule and see what we got cooking on that day.
We should go. I think it'll be fun. Bramer's is
I've
it's
got
nice.
the piano tuner coming that day.
Oh, jeez.
I just realized.
Why do you do that to me?
I just realized. But we'll see what time he's coming. Anyway, a lot of things. Should we say hi to Sally?
No.
Hi.
Sally is like this constant. She's always here. She's always by our side. And she's doing a show today on, you're not going to guess, past lives. Is it
I have
past
to
lives?
watch over you guys.
I'm telling you 100%. They watch over me all the time.
I was talking to people about past lives, other people, and it's interesting because I didn't know that today's subject matter was going to entail that.
Right.
Because I saw that this morning. But I was talking to people about this subject matter. So you meet somebody, like I meet Jay, and all of a sudden you get a different feel for them. It's like you sort of recognize little pieces.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about, because you absolutely do. When I walked in here, we had never discussed anything, but we felt that right away, right?
But is it that you recognize it, or does it exist?
I believe it's like an energy that we have. We're energy, and we'll talk more on the show because I'm going to take over your show here. But I think you recognize each other's energies, and that's how you can pick up on people's moods too, because if you're an empath, you do that.
So this is my question. So I should leave this for your show, but you got two people sitting in the same room, and you're nicer to one person than the other, and then the one that doesn't feel like you're being nice to them becomes nicer towards you to see if you can react with them the same way you're doing with the other person. But it's not the same thing. It's two different feels.
Yeah, and I really, when you think about it, that does happen a lot. I mean, you can get an instant liking, really liking, like, oh, I feel like I know you. People even say that, or I feel like we've met before. So we verbalize that quite a lot. And then you can walk in a room and say, there's a funny feeling in here. I don't really want to go over there because I'm just getting bad vibes. That's what people would say about someone, but there's no reason for it. So I truly believe that we recognize people sometimes, not all the time, from other lifetimes.
Do you think that women get that feel more than men?
I think there's a fine line, and then you have to decide whether you want to talk to someone or not because you're nervous or you're shy, or is it really a bad vibe?
Well, it could be, because maybe, let's say that person in another lifetime was very intimidating. So if we have a memory of that, and you may, I think I just need to stay away from that person. That happens too, but we don't know why. So that, in my world, I believe that that's what happens. I
Stay
like
away.
saying in my world today because that cuts other people out if they don't want to believe it.
It's funny because I think I live in my own world. It's a beautiful place most of the time.
It is.
And then I think, don't other people see what I see or feel what I feel?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
Not even close.
And who's to say that your place is a beautiful place?
Me. It's beautiful for me sometimes.
And nobody else.
Sometimes.
Surrounded by fairies.
Why not?
Absolutely.
Right? Why not? You ever walk in a room and just feeling energy is off? Or you don't care? I don't think you care.
It isn't that I don't care. It's that I don't spend time on that particular field. Because if I were to do that, then I'd get nothing done. Everything's always off.
True.
Everything's always off until you turn it on, right? In my world, I see it, I turn it on, I go from there.
But I think you can overcome a negative room if you try.
I don't see a negative room.
You can. It's a lot of work, though.
Yes.
Dawn,
What the hell's
because
a negative
especially
room? What
if
is a
you're
negative
an
room?
empath, it can wear you out.
But
So
what's a negative room?
if you walk into a room, correct, and you just feel that something is off. People.
Then
that
wouldn't you,
happens.
if you do that, wouldn't you be adding the negative to the negative?
No, because you would want to change it.
Why would I want to change it?
Well, if you're or walk out. I mean, if I'm really uncomfortable in a room, at this point in my life, I don't choose to sit there now. I'll walk out. I mean, unless I'm having dinner.
This has got to be a woman thing.
So I'm in the waiting room. Here's a perfect example,
Okay.
right? We're waiting. She's whatever she is. And there's a whole nother family. And you know the Latin families. For every 3 people an American family has, there's like times 3. So there are 3 of us and there were 9 of them. And then there were 12 of them. And they just grew exponentially. And they're on one side and we're in another. So do you engage in the conversation or does everyone
course.
sit separately? So I'm thinking of you. So I start talking to across the room. Hi, how many grandchildren? Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, everyone's having a conversation. But if I hadn't gone in there and said something to change the room, there would still been 2 separate conversations going, and everyone was there for a beautiful reason.
No.
Why?
No. Because you're looking at this all lopsided.
No one else said boo.
First of all, how is the language barrier?
They were
speak-
bilingual.
Did they speak good English?
Yes.
All right. How is the shyness in the room? Had they ever met you before?
No.
Okay, you gotta understand something.
But I had never met them before.
Yeah, but you're in the entertainment business. You and I walk into a room with 5,000 people.
Yes.
And we talk to how many? 5,000. Big difference. So back in the day, when I first met you, you would have been one of thems. You would have
Yes.
been shy. You would have stayed in the corner and say, you would have been dumb. But you're in a different field now. You're in a different field. Yeah. Even you, of all the shyness in this room, you probably have the most. But you have to, because that's family.
Yes.
Don't look at it as negative. Look at it as they're a little bit shy because they're not as outgoing as you are.
And then all you have to say is one thing.
And that's it.
And, you know,
It opens it up.
Cuban culture. It's like everyone's your best friend now for the rest of the weekend.
Your
It's unbelievable.
Familia.
Right.
Familia.
Correct. Right, correct. Everyone's having babies and loving, and there's food and conversation, and no matter the whole weekend, everyone knew everybody.
But all it is,
It just took that initial
because they
conversation.
didn't know you. They hadn't met you for the first time.
Right. It just took that initial conversation.
I went to a wedding. At this wedding, there's 100 people. I may have known 3. Then I met 10 years ago, met a whole bunch of them. Gio didn't know anybody. So when we're coming back from the end of the wedding, one of the girls says, "Can I ask you a question? Who the hell are you?"
Gio?
Yeah. Everybody starts to laugh and cry. I was cry laughing. He says, "Well, Sarah's my stepsister, but who are you? Why are you here?" "Well, I'm Freddie's brother." That's all he had to say.
Brother or son? Oh, that other Freddie.
Freddie,
Okay.
my son's brother. I'm Freddie's brother. After that, everybody was laughing. "Let's go back and party. Oh, we got to celebrate you." Because they didn't know who he was. Nobody came up to him to talk to him. That's normal. That's not negative. That's just a normal
Takes a
thing.
lot of work, though, to go up to people, right?
It's a lot of work. Yeah, it is. I mean, and to especially change their attitude, even. You know, I mean, that happened to be okay, but if someone really just doesn't want to even talk. I mean, I was in sales for many years, and I did some really strange things with people to make them talk. I did a car tour. I was doing a car tour, showing them the properties and everything, and this couple just would not talk. They wouldn't talk to me. They weren't talking to each other. So I stopped my car in the middle of the street. And I said, if you don't talk, what is the problem? And tell me, and then I'll continue driving.
You're like training day.
But the problem was, it wasn't me. I thought it was me. It was the couple. They'd had an argument. They didn't want to talk. So you can bring people out. And I mean, I did it in maybe not the best way. Don't stop a car, but I did.
So, and I thought of you because the security guards, they were very rigid on who they let in and when. And people gave them a lot of hard time. But after the fact, I returned my badge and I thanked them for being
ask them if they want a cup of coffee,
for being so helpful, and for doing the right thing and protecting their job, and to know that this is their job. And she's like, and once you open the conversation, she says, I don't want to say no. I would like everyone to be able to go see their family, but these are the rules I have to abide by.
That's right.
And then the rest of the weekend it was, hi, how are you?
It changes
it's just
persona.
changing the perspective. Exactly. Just to know that they're appreciated, doing their job. Everyone's just doing their job.
When we went to the place of the wedding, the Seagan, we went in there was a lot of tension. When I went to the hotel, I spoke to the guys. I said, we're not going to have a problem, right? Everything's good. Anybody want to go have a beer?
So don't you think when you say that, that's such like a antagonistic thing to say?
Why? I don't even know what that word means.
We're not going to have a problem. That's so like passive.
It was a question because
that's
the
so
problem
passive aggressive.
I'm being passive aggressive?
Yes.
There was an incident.
Don't you feel that's like just a guy passive aggressive?
No, there was an incident, and I came in, right? And I was talking to people, and I'm giving people their tips and everything else, and I said, there's a lot of guests that are coming. It's going to be a little tense. Are we going to have a problem? Because the problem already existed.
But why would you even put that seed of doubt in there?
Because I wanted to get their attention. So the head guy said, oh, absolutely not. And he called Mr. Hunter, but absolutely not. And I says, well, can we make sure that everybody's taken care of? Don't worry about the money. I got this. I says, anybody, we want to have a beer? There was an incident that occurred. And there wasn't a nice incident on the other side. So I said, we want to have a beer with us? Let's go. I'll buy everybody a beer. But I need everybody on point because the next 4 days, I told them, are going to be the hardest days of my life. And I don't need to have the guests riled up. I need everybody to have a good time. That's all it took. The next thing I knew, the whole hotel knew that we were there. 2 hotels and the Seagull, all 3 knew what was going on because this was a multi-layer production. It's like the birth. The hospital, the doctor gives you a hard time. You're not going to say, come here, Baba, let's you and me have a little chit-chat.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it like that.
Well, I'm a guy. You say how you
That's
say.
what I'm
I
saying.
say how
It's a
I
little
say.
different how men approach things.
Well, I was talking to other men.
Yeah, men
they're
do
more
things differently.
verbal in a lot of ways. They'll come out with it more than we would do it.
Well, I don't want to get into an argument about the situation.
Right.
I'm renting your space. I know I am. This is your house. I get it. But I got 100 people. Now remember, I don't know 100 people. I don't know them. I need to get them from point A to point B. That took some doing. From point B to point C, more doing. I need some help. So I approached them. The guy saw me, and he goes to me, where do I know you from? I says, oh, maybe I owe you money? He says, no, I seen you on TV or something. So he knows about the show, and that opened up the door, and we went smooth sailing, and it was the best. I got to tell you, congratulations to Sarah and her husband, the Opal Grand and Seagate Hotel and Club. Thank you very much for all you did. You did a fantastic job. It was like making a movie.
But I've noticed how men say things, and then I think
I should have gotten a sandwich.
How I do things, I plant the seed of the question.
That's right. Well, we ain't you.
Is what I do.
We ain't
and I
you.
did it again over the
I'm
weekend.
very much like you, Dawn, in a lot of ways.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're not like you
Freddie.
guys.
No.
You guys like to plant the seed so it's our idea. I don't care whose idea it is. I got to get this done.
There's different ways of breaking the ice, as they would say. Yeah. So I would
So what are you
going to
do? You're
going
gonna
to
run? You're gonna walk around until you break the ice? I had to go.
I had to do that when I was selling because when I had to meet my people right away. They didn't know me and they knew I was going to sell them something. So I really had like 2 minutes to warm these people up. So I guess I trained myself in the beginning. When I shook their hand, I would say even
something nice, right?
Have nice earrings, anything, just
Listen,
to break the ice.
you fly in from
Something
California, and they tell you that your room was ready. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You go to the front desk and your room is not ready. And you got nowhere to go. And then we rented the whole floor. Somebody came over and says, yes, the rooms are ready, but they didn't tell her. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Got to get people in the rooms. I got to get people situated out of the way.
Basically,
so that things can happen.
Find out what you have to have communication, because without that.
And that's what happens in any affair.
But does it change your perspective? Because I had an issue with room service. I mean, it wasn't an issue. It was like, whatever.
And what did you say? Oh,
Me?
being nice?
Nothing.
What did you say?
I was like, all right. So I called. She put me on hold for about 10, 15 minutes. And then Chuck was like that. He calls. I need this one, this one. I'm thinking, we just had a granddaughter. So the eggs are a little late. Do we even need to have this conversation in the scope of life?
I tell you, stay on the phone.
Cute.
Stay on the phone. I go downstairs. And I'm going to say, you see this, that's me. And I'm here. And why am I here? Why am I standing here where you have me on hold? I said, did you eat today? Did you have breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever?
But it's such a trivial conversation to have.
It's not a trivial conversation when you're paying $500 a night, honey. It ain't trivial. The only thing trivial about the word trivial is how you spell it.
He's like, oh, well,
it's
I expected a higher level of service. And I'm like, that was a little harsh.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Over eggs.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He says, well, I do. I'm like, but it was breakfast.
He's laying.
It's not a big deal.
He's laying the seed.
And that's kind of, it's just a guy thing. I would just not
I think it is,
do that.
Because
Steve would do it though, right?
Absolutely, 100%.
I
it's
would
kind of
say,
like this machismo thing.
I would say, do you want me to go down and cook my own eggs? That's what I would do. And then, and remember something.
Yeah, no.
You got to know who to grease the hands of. So the bellhop drops this, I greased him. I said, listen, if I need a favor, I'm calling you. He says, you got it, Mr. Santor, whatever you want. Never had a problem. I need stuff delivered because they weren't delivering the gifts.
Because an extra $6 hotel room charge to deliver the gifts, right?
Whatever it is, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
So they delivered them after that. He personally did it. Okay, and now I didn't get room service, but if I had to wait and I'm hungry, of course I'm gonna.
Yeah, but well, from my point of view, I mean, there's different situations, but it's intimidating sometimes to the person.
What, to keep me hungry?
No, not you personally, but when people talk that way, sometimes it can be very intimidating.
First of all, I
Plus,
went to
they're cooking
dinner.
your food.
I went to dinner with you, and you blew up the restaurant over shells.
I did.
You say, I didn't order this out of the shell.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the portion they gave you was twice.
It was big, yes, that's true.
And she was moaning.
And realize and go, why was that even worth that argument?
You know what? Just say, how important is this? That's what I tell myself sometimes.
But you argued.
I argue, yeah.
And so does Steve.
Steve argues. Yes, I agree.
But you argue. You said this isn't what I ordered. And thanks to
Very
you.
Very rarely do I do that in a restaurant.
But thanks to you, they changed the menu.
Yes, they did. But I don't do that in a restaurant. I really don't. In fact, the other day I said something, and I actually said to Steve, I don't often do that.
But you, now it's the word often. But you did it. There's nothing wrong with it.
They did change it. Now
Linda goes and tells the waiter that's not what he ordered, but he's not going to say anything.
On the shell or in the shell or out of the shell?
Because they were out of the shell.
Don't you just feel like it just gives you a bad rap? And you just feel like, why are we going through this again?
If I don't like it, it's going back. I'm telling you right now.
No, I don't.
But that's rare. I will eat it even if it's wrong. Medium rare to medium. You ever seen the difference? So I cut the thing and Linda said, oh, send it back. Don't worry about it, lady. Let me eat my food.
There's a way to, I'm not saying you, but there is a way to say things to people, really. I mean, if you're sending food back, which I very rarely do, I'd say, I'm sorry, but this isn't the way I like it. Someone else will say, this isn't the way I like it. There's a way to say things.
I don't send it back.
Oh.
I don't send it back.
This
unless it's the wrong thing. If I order chicken and they send me steak, then obviously I gotta say, come here. Does this chicken look like a piece of steak? I'm gonna say that to him.
Yeah.
He says, oh, I'm very sorry.
Would do something like that, yeah.
I went to a restaurant. They gave me the wrong order. I ate it. I ordered chicken. I got steak. I ate it. And the guy came over, the manager, and you know how they walk around. And Linda says, well, he got the wrong order. Blah, blah, blah. By the end of the night, I had a coupon and everything. By the end of the night, they owe me money. I told the guy, here, just let me pay for this. Oh, no. I said, let me pay for it. Don't worry about it.
Don't even know how you do it. All right, we're going to take a break. Sally, we are going to get back to the topic on the other side of this commercial break. Give us a call. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch at the Brooklyn Café TV. Like and subscribe, as well as Ant Media Productions and all of the shows that we do right here at the studio, including Call Me Zena, Center Stage, Making Money with Laura Sanders, Sarah Spiritual, and many, many more. Give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Working Nurses Home Care, where your private care is our priority. We provide medical and supportive private duty care all under one agency, serving Broward, Palm Beach, and the Treasure Coast. From long-term care and companionship to recovery support, our nurses, therapists, and home health aides are here for you. We accept most major insurances, including United Medicare, Aetna, Humana, Oscar, Cigna, and Medicare. Count on us for care that you can trust. Call Broward at 954-916-7458 or Palm Beach at 561-409-0767. Visit us at www.workingnurseshomecare.com. At Working Nurses Home Care, we are here to serve and support.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand a critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Hey, welcome to Texas Roadhouse.
I play chicken with the train, play chicken with the train. You know that I play chicken with the train, play chicken with the train.
Yeah, hold 'em up, here we go. All the hicks and chicks feel the flow. Big black train coming round the bend. Go! One time.
At Coriander, we bring you simplified yet elevated Indian food, where every spice, every aroma, and every clay oven dish is a celebration of your senses. From the rich warmth of cinnamon and cloves to the depth of turmeric and coriander, our curries are crafted with love, passion, and tradition. Comfort food from across the ocean. Come taste the magic at Coriander. Visit us at 3441 Woolbright Road, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call 561-739-3952 to order today. Coriander, where flavor meets comfort.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Café Show with Dawn and Freddy S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape, the perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Saying that, but yet it's not going to happen.
It's not happening.
I like what Tammy said. You should drink tequila so you'll look like a cactus instead of a potato.
Oh, that's
I don't even understand what that means.
What's the shape of a cactus?
Okay.
It's long and thin, right? If you drink.
Not necessarily. It's
Ever seen
thorny.
ever seen a fat cactus versus a potato?
Potatoes always.
I've seen French fry.
So potatoes are always like round, right? Vodka's made from potatoes. She's like, no, eat. When I'm taking advice from Tammy on what to drink is funny.
To be thin.
Exactly. Thin like a cactus.
Well,
versus
she does
round
look.
like a
She
potato.
does look like a huge cactus.
Yes. Yes.
And then some.
I know. So it's
And
kind
a
of funny.
potato.
I know.
And
so
a watermelon.
That commercial's for coriander to come
I'm
out
totally
and join us
staying
on
out
Friday.
of this conversation.
Yeah.
Tammy tonight is going to be on the air on South Florida Radio at 8 o'clock, and we have Dr. Menta at 8:30.
So Tammy interviewed Mike Fideli, and he is an accountant, influencer with his whole entourage. So tune into that tonight at 8 o'clock. And then Dr. Mensch at 8:30 for an encore of health and mental wellness, all the things to look for and getting help, and all the things that Dr. Gil Lichtshine offers. A lot of cool stuff.
It's kind of interesting what's going to happen tonight. They want to see how many people will tune in to the show. Now, the Miami Heat are playing tonight.
Yes. Think that'll change anything? I don't think so.
I think so. Well, we'll see.
I don't think so. So Sally, on your show, we're talking about past lives, soulmates, or just past lives?
Past lives and people that may be in this incarnation with us that we feel that we've known from another incarnation.
Now, it doesn't mean you liked the person in a past incarnation,
No,
right? So if you have a bad feeling, they may be perfectly lovely in this lifetime, but your soul and their soul just don't jive. Is that a thing?
Yeah, because I think somewhere we have a memory of that, so it can happen. I mean, sometimes, because they call karma, right? You're going to meet the people that you need to maybe make up with in this lifetime, you know, the ones that you had. Because in my belief, in my world, I love saying that, you keep coming back. But if you're having a problem with somebody, they're going to show up maybe in this lifetime, and maybe that was why they're showing up, to kind of make peace with that person. I don't know.
It's so interesting. You know, the circumstances of my life the past 4 months have been like, and I guess everyone has circumstances like that in
Right.
life. But with the bad
you've
and
had a lot.
with the sad comes positive. But there had to be, there was a sacrifice that was made for all of this to come to be.
Right.
And you can't make people see that. They have to come to those terms on their own, or figure it out, or not figure it out. Yeah, I've had some 4 months, right? It's not even the 19th will be 4 months. I think about that's been going on, but yet here I still sit.
See, the object of the game for me is I don't need to bring negative to the table, acknowledge it, that it's there, walking into a bad room. I don't need any of that. Because every night, darkness comes, no matter what. It's always, for the rest of my life, going to show up. So why entertain it? I'd rather entertain the good things, the births, the weddings,
Right.
the people who bring in and make you laugh, the jokes, the good movies, the kids doing the morning show and having something to say. I'd rather do that.
Which is great. And I mean, I love being, you know, I love being funny. I love laughing.
You're
I love
funny?
joking with, yeah, I like that. And if I'm with somebody that is kind of very low-keyed and always depressed, it does affect me, absolutely. I'm an empath too. I can't wait to sort of like get away from that person. But again, I have to realize that maybe that was something that I had to have in this lifetime to overcome that. Not everybody is up and happy all the time, including me, but I don't like to be brought down.
I got a question for you. If a guy or a girl sits down in front of you, and you've never met them before, and they're being negative, me or my, the woo is me, and blah, 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 and they're giving you diarrhea of the mouth, do you make a joke about their negativeness so that they can get up and walk away?
I think it really depends on the person that is in front of you.
Well, can you do it?
You can do that, yeah. Because
Have you ever done that?
Yes, I have. Absolutely.
Sally, she's always honest.
Yeah.
Have you? Could you?
They won't walk away, then they'll get into an argument. If I wanted to engage in an argument.
Not if you present the question correctly. If you make a person think about what they're saying, and you know, it's like holding up a mirror, and they see that they're being barbaric.
But there's a way to approach that. I mean, I've done that, but I might do it in a joking way. It depends on the person who's, you know, that's the type of thing that I might do, because I was, I guess, trained for 22 years in sales to people did not want to come up to me because
So you
I was
had
selling
you had to
them
be trained to do this correctly.
No,
you just can't
but
say,
I
"Once
was
you get
able
away
to
from me."
handle it. I wouldn't have lasted that long. Some people can do that, some people can't. But I think if you make light of a serious situation, sometimes that can feed off each other, right? I mean, it depends. Like, it really depends on.
And I don't think people are aware of their delivery all the time, of what
Right.
they say, especially sometimes in a job. They're so rote in how they say it and what they say it, and it becomes what they do every day.
But you
even
notice.
But even at the hospital, the doctor says what he says every day to the women in labor. And
like a
everyone's going to take it a
script. It's a
different way.
script, yeah.
Right? And they do the best they can, but I think it too becomes their job until you stop and ask the questions of the things you want answered.
But
And then
go
they
into
step
their
back and
profession
think.
store. I'm sorry, I didn't
Yes.
mean to interrupt you. You have to have a certain personality.
Yes.
I could never have been a doctor. I would have loved to have been an attorney. But we all come into situations of what suits us best. You have to be a certain type of a person to some of the things that you choose. You have to be able to do it.
I
Right?
think I was like in the medical profession in a past life because it does not really bother me.
Well, for the first time ever, like 2 weeks ago, I think I was too, because can't look at so many things, and I think I saw a lot of that, and that's why I can't.
I know
look
I wasn't
today.
like a trauma surgeon. I know I never worked in an ER, but I think more of a holistic healer
Yeah,
I probably
I
was, because I
beginning to
think,
think me too.
well, if you're something in a past life, will you take on that persona?
No, you'd be able to, for instance, with me, I can paint, but I've never drawn. So that was a memory. I'm sure that I was an artist or something to do with art in a previous life, but I didn't know it. So it took years before I found out that I was able to draw. Because
Yeah, but you know the difference between paint and crayons. You know the difference of how to spread paint as opposed to how to crayon or charcoal. You know the differences, the techniques, how to hold something. Sometimes it's the lesson learned.
The thing is, when I first went to get some paints, I was with Dawn, my friend at that time, was in my book. I said to her, what do I pick out? Because she was an artist. I had not a clue.
Yeah, but you see, you're talking about the physicality of painting. I'm talking about you can paint like a Rembrandt of people.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to paint on canvas. You understand people. You wear your
see what you're
clothing.
saying,
Your art is right now on your back, for lack of a better understanding.
Right.
That's what you've learned of being a painter.
Right. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand.
You understand what you're wearing?
Yeah, I'm wearing my art.
And then your art, to me, when I saw it, I did a double take. I said, oh, that's one of her painting pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And it just reminded me of a story that I had back in the day.
Right.
You got to understand what it is you're working with. Because if you don't understand what you're working with, then you still don't understand what kind of painter.
Well, I think
you are.
also that depends on the person. Some people, I mean, I had to kind of, I guess because I got trained to do that, fill out their personality before I could say certain things. Because some people I could say something to, and they would just look at me with a blank face because they weren't ready to accept how I was behaving. We have to kind of I guess you have to feel a room. That came to me, how it is.
Feel a room. See,
Yeah,
Dawn is
yeah.
still learning how to feel a room. Because she questions, yeah.
Dawn is amazing. at what
She questions it.
No,
See,
I beg to
Dawn goes
differ.
over the top. So she gets an answer to a question in a room, and then she questions the answer. And then that answer gets a question, and she questions that answer.
Because
and
she's
she goes
feeling
on
the
and on
room.
and on. She what?
She's feeling the room.
No, that stayed all the way at the end. She's trying to figure out the whys and the whos and what's next.
Don't you want to figure people out? Don't
That's
you
what
get
you see,
intrigued
and there it is.
by people? Do you ever want to go to an airport and just watch people
I've done
and
that.
wonder where they're going, why they're
Yeah,
going, who they're seeing, what the story
I've
is?
done that.
So it's no different.
No, it's different.
It's kind of being nosy, but
No, that's
not really.
different.
Why?
That's different because you have a different reason for doing it. When I used to go on first dates to LaGuardia Airport and take my first date, and then we had something, and then we used to sit and watch people. Why? Because it was entertaining to watch people running around, the planes taking off. I mean, this is what we did.
But I like doing that. I like watching people, but that takes a certain type of person. I could have someone sitting here, and I'd say to them, I want to go watch people. They'd think I was crazy. I don't want to do that.
But they haven't learned the lesson. This is going
But
back.
they may be learning something else, though, Freddie.
Well, then maybe they are, but that lesson that you want to express to them is not something that they've learned.
But then you stop, maybe, and then you go to someone else that can maybe understand what you may want to do.
Well,
right?
to watch people, you have to be interested in people.
Yeah,
And
I
to
never
be
heard
interested
that
in
before.
people, you
That's
have to
interesting.
know yourself. And to
That's
be
interesting.
And to know yourself, you sort of gotta say, hello, how are yourself?
Right.
Before anything starts,
I agree.
backtrack it. But that's not what she does. She front tracks it. And she wants to know why the whys have the whys and where the whys are going. And then after that, she wants to know the answer to that.
But we're all different. That's what makes us a human being. We're all different. We like different tastes. We like different food. We like, I mean, that's all part of being a human.
Well, some of us
I'd like to
Some of
at this
us
point in my life, be with people that relate to my world.
You think you're more human or more spiritual?
Well, at this point in my life, I think I'm more spiritual. I'm somewhere else.
See, I'd rather not be with people in my domain. I'd rather find out what the other ones are like. Because I know my domain.
Well, people are learning their domain. That's when we need to have a lot of people around us, actually, to pick on the ones and relate to the ones that we can relate to. We find it more fascinating. One person maybe not, the next person yes.
I met 100 different people with 100 different worlds, and all of them asked me a question they've never asked me in all the years that I've known all these people. You still have your radio show? And I said, wow, somebody asked.
People ask me that all the time that I don't see, and I'm thinking, do you go to a doctor and say, are you still practicing?
No, I've learned how to do it.
Do you go to your accountant and say, do you still have an office?
You still know numbers?
Yeah.
No, but when people come to me, and like to you, do you still have your radio show? Well, why wouldn't you?
Because people view what we do as a hobby.
That's what
not
I'm
a
saying.
career.
Yeah,
It's not
different.
as
Yeah.
appreciated as much as the other professions.
Ask Howard Stearns that question. Now, you would think, if you
Are you
wouldn't
still
ask,
teaching? I mean, people don't say that.
you wouldn't ask Howard Stearns if he has a radio
know.
show. You ask Howard, what station are you on? I can see
Right.
that. Or where have you moved to? But you know it's a profession. But for us, people don't think this is a profession. They
I know.
think it's
I
a
wonder
hobby.
why that is. I mean, you're here every single
And
day.
I know they
it's-
mean well. They don't mean anything by it. But you wouldn't do it to any other profession other
That's
than
true.
us.
Well, are you on a phone? Hello, Mr. Antique. Are you building a car? Are you painting a wall? Are you teaching? Are you doing something that they deem to be a career?
I don't know.
A lot
I
of
just
people
find
can't
it
do what you, but a
interesting.
lot of people can't do what you guys do.
But I find that just the conversation I find interesting. That this happens to me a lot. People I haven't seen in a while, they'd say this to me. And that happened to you over the weekend. So whereas
did.
you're like, wow, they actually asked. I'm thinking,
did.
why would they assume you weren't?
I did. I says, absolutely. Do you want to come on the air? And phew, they leave.
That's why I find it interesing.
I think
It's
that a
just
lot
a
of people
different
are
perspective
intimidated
of what we do.
when you just said as to what it is that we do because they don't understand it.
I mean, you put a lot of work into what you're doing, but people don't realize that because they see the finished product. It's
The
like an
amount of work
artist.
that they're doing in that room today.
Yeah.
It's tremendous.
But you don't know that. Even with my art, I can finish it, but they don't. Well, I don't take too long over my art, but some people spend a long time doing, making. They don't. The first time one will say to me is it for sale? Because they want to know if it's a hobby or if this is what I am. But mine is basically. I don't
Well,
know,
the other
it's a
part is
hobby.
that you have to sell your art. You have to sell yourself. You have to sell the story. You got the art piece, and then there's a story.
Right.
And that's where.
Well, that
that's
must
what
be
it's
where, I mean, you can see sometimes people paint something, it's like a line and then another line and another line. But there has to be a story behind that artist. I was saying that the other day because somebody else could do that and they think it was nothing. But the story really behind art is what matters. I see that today. I do have a story.
Public speaking in a confident manner, having words that make sense, being able to communicate with people is an art form, and not everybody can do it. Everybody wishes they can. Some people will laugh at you and say, anybody can do that. Put them up here and let them try. And the first thing they're going to try to do is they're going to try to overbearing the audience, and they're going to get diarrhea of the mouth because they're going to try to match wits. That's not an art form.
It's interesting.
It's not an art form. So don't ask so many questions why. Just do. Let them ask why.
Just do. All right, you ready to just do and get ready for Call Me Zena today at 2:30?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, tune in today at 2:30 for Call Me Zena at Amp Media Productions and Sally Barnard. past lives, soul connections. It's always interesting, and maybe the continuation of last week's show.
Yep. And you wonder why somebody is so familiar to you and next to them they're not. And I'm going to tell you, tune into this thing because I got questions for Sally. Husband and wives, you ever run into somebody in a team and you get along with them more than you get along with their spouse, and even you get along better than their spouse, and they're saying, what's going on here?
Especially if it's the opposite sex.
That's interesting, yeah. Very
Absolutely.
interesting.
All right, more to come. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other. It's holiday season. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
Don't be late.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Café is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Café on Facebook at the Brooklyn Café TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.